That's been one of the coolest things about working on the ships is getting to meet all these other entertainers. And you're on with these guys, you get to see their shows and then hang out and learn so much about the industry and different facets of it. And,
Yeah, because I have cruise ship guys that say, you're so lucky to be in Branson because you can do a show 500 times.
Yeah, consistently, yeah.
And perfect something. And they would always say, we can't change our material. Like on Princess, they give you 30 minutes. They said, we can't really change too much because we don't want to risk changing a 5 or 6 minute bit in a 30-minute show.
Right.
And having it fail, you know. We try, but you can change something every week. I'm like, yeah, all right. Thinking, you're lucky. You get to do the same show. Like
you
it's
don't
the
have
opposite.
to change it.
Yeah.
It's the opposite.
Almost every one of our shows has an element of different, which is fun for us, you know.
Well, and that's helped us like build material because when we're not doing the show, we get home and we're like, okay, now we're hanging out with our family and stuff. Yeah, right. So our practice time is probably less. So then when we're in the show, we're always kind of working out new ideas.
So you do it on stage.
A little bit,
rehearsal is what I say about my show.
It's fun and at least you kind of find out what direction to go with things and stuff. I mean, if we're going to put in a whole new number, we definitely put in the time and
yeah, but a lot of our stuff too originally had an origin in the show of, you know, like our Booyahs, one show 5 years ago, Gareth did it, and I'm like, oh, that's funny, let's expand on that, and so now it's become an elaborate part of the show. So every little bit has always had some sort of genuine
foundation.
Yeah, so it's and you never know when that's going to happen. You might do another show and go, oh, that's perfect, let's add that in.
Yeah, because I do the thing where I get people up and they have to do sound effects as I'm acting out.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. And every once in a while, a guy will throw in a sound. I'm like, hey, we're going to put that in from now on. Like, I need to figure out how to get somebody to say that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's pretty funny. But when you do improv on the ships, does it freak out the techs? Because mine does. I go and I give them my call sheet, my list of cues, and it'll say, play this track. Christopher will do a bunch of things here. Then play this track.
They know us well enough now to kind of expect anything.
And we've worked with most of the people, like every once in a while, like because they transition in and out, you know, going on break or whatever. But we know most of the people we work with on the different ships, and I think they kind of actually appreciate because they have to do so many things verbatim for the set shows and stuff and for the magic shows and, you know, all this stuff that it's very specific cues, and we have specific cues, but then we leave a lot open for them to play with.
So sometimes we let them throw in a thing here and there, and then we'll
do a blackout here or whatever and mess with us, go for it, and we'll just see.
That's what I kind of do after you do a few shows and they say that was refreshing, you know, and they get used to it, but at first they're so nervous, especially with magic, because they say most of them have all these specific, you know, when my hand goes here.
A lot of the magicians we know are very,
and I'm not. Like, for each segment I have 3 routines, but I use the same background track for all of them. And I say, it depends on the person. If the woman seems like this, I'll do this routine or that routine. And it just drives them mad. They're like, no, I need to know. Like, when do I...
We've been with a lot of techs like that, too, that need... But most of them have been really cool and just kind of go, hey... We might yell at you at some point and just say, turn on black lights and just get ready for it. I think
it's good. Yeah. It's been good for us, too, in a similar way that the street performing helped us, like, build material. Now that we're doing, like, we do the show here, and it's cool because you get to build it, like, exactly how you envision it. And
lights and sound
do
and fog
everything,
and
like,
everything,
optimal. But then we, you know, go on the ships and work with different crews here and there. And then we tour the theater show or go to a corporate show. And you may have no lighting, or you may have, you know, all 60-year-old guys in the audience, or, you know, you just don't even know. And so you have to adapt, and it's incredibly challenging, but I think it's been really good in the sense of just helping you adapt, helping your improv adapt to any situation.
Well, we had a show like 2 years ago at Clay's, and we had a 2 o'clock, and we had, you know, probably 300 plus crowd that day, so it was pretty solid. We're all doing good. And then I guess Empire came to just check on something electric, and then just shut the whole thing down.
Nice.
So every power, sound, like it all just blacked out. And then our mics came on first, and then like one light at a time.
Our sound guy instantly.
Our tech crew had the flashlights that were like click click, and then at the end of the show, people were like, "Man, that blackout bit you guys did was really funny."
That's
and
hilarious.
We're like, if we made it seem like that was part of the show, then we can kind of survive anything. If that's the case. So
I had a tech on a cruise ship that had never done sound before. I swear, he just didn't know what he was doing, and he didn't really speak English. You probably don't run into that on ships, but I have a circus track that I played for one bit, and he just kept playing. No, first he was always off one bit. One segment he was off every single time, one track. So I would say we're going to do something dedicated to my grandmother. She taught me this when I was younger. Exactly.
Yeah. Like, no.
And the audience laughed, and after the show they said, that was hilarious. That was hilarious how you worked that in. I'm like, So then I knew he was never going to get it right. So the next couple of shows, I just had that one track.
Yeah.
And so it became a running gag. Now, give me some exciting music. At first it made sense. Give me something sentimental,
Yeah.
That makes me a little sad. Give me a little something. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
And it became like the gag.
Yeah,
But it truly was, this guy didn't know how to advance the CD player.
First you're like, why? And then you're like, well.
No, I do believe about halfway through I turned and went, seriously?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking you're going to get caught up. Well, anyways. But so the show's going on. People can go to the website.
Yep.
Your website and Starlight.
Yes, both. Yep.
Is it Buckets In?
Buckets In.
Oh, man, that's just like Toys R.
We also own Buckets and Boards. I just
Just in
haven't
case.
linked it to Buckets and
Oh, you
Boards.
haven't?
So I should probably do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably
Remember
should
when
do
we
that.
talked about that in the meeting 6 months ago?
Yeah, I just the back end is complicated.
Oh, yeah, I hear you.